so is the question. Hey everybody, I am Vienna. I am the insurance exam teacher. I got this backwards. Anyways, ask me about the insurance exam. I'm here to help you pass the insurance exam on your first try. I have been doing this now for about, I don't know, since 2021, I believe it was. And I've been an insurance licensed agent since 2019. So I used to be a school teacher. I'm just ripping this off so that I can put it on my thing. I used to be a school teacher, guys, and then I became an insurance agent. And with a combination of insurance and insurance sales, I say insurance and insurance sales because tutoring people for the exam and insurance sales, as well as marketing, digital marketing, and whatnot, I was able to quit my full-time teaching job. And now I'm looking for people who are interested in doing the same thing, in quitting their jobs and starting new and amazing careers in the insurance industry. And if you just want a side hustle, you just want something to do to make some extra money, or you're bored, I can definitely help you do that. Hold on, let me read something, y'all. Oh, okay. Anyways, guys, yeah, so ask me your questions about the insurance exam. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you pass. Ask me questions about the insurance industry in general. Whatever you would like to know, I am here to answer. All right, so I actually need to go get tape or whatever, but I got that. And now y'all can actually read it, at least the top part. So this is insuranceexamcourse.com. That would be my website. That would be where to go find my material, my courses, of course, here on YouTube as well. I have several videos and resources to help you study for the insurance exam the correct way and to help you pass it the first time. And if you've already studied with a different program, then I can help you pass it this time. All right. This past week, I had 7 people from my classes pass. Super excited for them and super happy. And Saturday, I will have 2 more people pass. So my class actually happens on, it actually happens Wednesday evening from 6 to 7:30. I'm on a live class. And then Saturday from 9 to 12 Central Time, both days. And we have live classes. So that way you can come on with me, you can study, and you can learn how to pass your insurance exam. So that way you can go start new and awesome careers in the insurance industry, and I can help you do that. Like I said, I've been doing it since 2021, I think is correct. But anyways, I've pretty much helped people in every state. That's another thing. You don't have to be in a specific state to work with me. I am currently working on a map where I am coloring it in, and I want to have at least one person in every single state pass the exam with me. And right now I only need 8 more states. And that has been through my course or through personal insurances, or through personal tutoring sessions. And I kind of am like, whatever about this, y'all. But at the same time, I don't want y'all to see some random extra E on there. All right, whatever. It is what it is. Literally just did it, but ask me about the insurance exam. I can't quite change this one because I don't have that printed up backwards, but insuranceexamcourse.com. But at least y'all can read this normally now. I hope I'm not seeing it backwards. That would be something, right? Because I just threw away the other one if that was the case. Hopefully y'all are fine, because I can read it with the letters down below, and it says live for me as well. So hopefully y'all are seeing the same thing. And if not, then you're seeing this correctly. But anyways, I'm Vienna. I help people pass their insurance exam. I have a course where I help them do that. So ask me whatever questions y'all have, guys, about your insurance exam, about becoming an insurance agent, becoming an insurance broker, what that process is, how long does it take. It is a little bit different in every state, but essentially the gist is you get your fingerprints done. So once you get your fingerprints done, you are going to go and essentially you get your fingerprints done with the state. While that's happening, unless you're in Alabama, if you're in Alabama, don't do this part till after you pass the test. You go, you study for about 2 weeks, 4 weeks max. You go, you take the test, then you get your license, and that's it. And once you have your license, you can actually pay the fee to get the license in a different state. So you don't have to take the test and take the test and take the test, which is awesome, because what that means is that through Zoom and all of the awesome technologies that we have available now, you have unlimited income potential, an unlimited resource to tap into customers, guys, which is amazing. So it's literally like the whole US. If you're in the US, if you're in Canada or whatever, then get your license. Pretty much, if it works the same in your area, it's all they're all your customers. So you can kind of look at it like that, which is awesome. I myself am in Texas. That's where I work. That's where I've started. But again, when it comes to helping y'all pass the test, I can work with anybody in any given state. This past, when was it? Right today, I worked with a girl from New York. This past week, I had 7 people pass. 2 were from Florida, 3 were from Texas, 1 was from New York, and the other one was from, I think, New Jersey, somewhere up there in that area too. She's closer to New York. And then, no, I had another one in Chicago. I have someone in Chicago, I think. Anyways, scattered. They're all scattered all over the place. And some of them, it was their first time taking the test. They wanted to make sure they had the information they needed. They wanted to make sure they had everything organized, ready to go and set. And I was like, yeah, we're going to make sure you have and that you know what you need to go pass the insurance exam on your first try. And that has always been my goal. I've always told people that, like, that is what you want to do. You want to go pass the test. You don't want to be sitting there and practicing and studying for a month, 2 months, or even more than that, because then you're just sitting there in study mode. You're studying and studying. You're not making money. You're training. If some of your managers out there are saying that to you, don't go train while you are studying. Sit down, study, get it out of the way, and then go into your appointments. Because what's happening in some cases is that you're training with probably your own cold market, or not cold market, warm market. Oops. You're training with your people, and your manager, whoever is helping you train, is the one who's getting paid and getting credits for that and everything else. And if you're not licensed, you can't put your name on that yet. So be careful when it comes to that. Make sure you're with a good group of people who aren't going to do that to you. So when I started very, very first time in the industry, back when I was 19 years old, I was with the company, and that is what they did. And that was their practicing norm and all of that for the company itself. So I signed up, and I think I studied for a month and a half at the time. And not because I thought I would need to take that long, because they had a schedule. They had a calendar and stuff. Within the first week, you're getting this done, that done, whatever. I had to complete a class that they were offering in person to help people go through it in addition to studying. And it was for one class for all of San Antonio. So I signed up with the company, and then I couldn't sign up for their required class, even though it wasn't a state required thing, for I think 4 weeks after I signed up with the company itself. So during that time, I'm training. My manager's saying, well, let's call your mom, let's call family, let's call people in your warm market so they can sit down, train with you. And the people who were signing up for policies and signing up for the products and stuff that the company sold, and they were good, that wasn't the issue. Later on, I was like, wait a minute, my manager got paid on these people. My manager got all of that credit, all of that, and I got nothing. I got trained, right? And unfortunately, that is something that happens to a lot of people. That is something that a lot of agencies, owners, companies, managers out here do, because they are working that lead market, their recruits lead market, like that, as their own business, with the idea of, once you get your license, well, now you know what to do. You're going to go sell on your own. And when you recruit people, they're going to sit down with you. You're going to sit down and train them and all of that. And I can see how it can go, and it does go, because it's sustained the industry, because many companies do that for a very long time. However, it's not ideal. It's definitely not what you want to do. You don't want to go and do that. I'm not saying don't train. I'm not saying don't go with your manager. I'm just saying be careful. Make sure you're talking to them about how are we going to get compensated, how many training appointments. Make sure everything is set and that you know what's going on right off the bat. Or just go ahead and tell your manager if you're okay with it or if you're not ready for it. Hey, I need to pass my test and then we can talk about appointments. But let me pass my test first so that my name can be on that policy or whatever it is, right? And if you are with a good group, a good company that isn't trying to do anything shady or whatever, they're going to be 1,000% okay with that. They're going to be like, okay, that's fine. We're going to go when you're comfortable with going. My manager back then, I want to believe she would have been okay with it, but I do feel that she would have been like, oh, okay, we're going to see, or why would you want to wait? Why would you want to, whatever, kind of put up a little bit of a front. Not that I feel she was trying to do anything shady or anything like that, but because I feel that she was like, we're going to get going. This is a process. This is a schedule. This is the way that it works, right? And the company had a very, not a strict per se, but it had a very like detailed outline and schedule of what you do, what time frame you to do it in, and all of that they recommended for people to promote. And I did promote with that company. I promoted onto their 4th level of advancement. The bad thing is that back then, that company, once, let's say you got to the 3rd level, they had specific requirements and you had to maintain them. So it wasn't necessarily sales quotas that they had in order to promote to the next level, which also promoted you to the next commission level. By the way, they started me at 25% back then. It was a situation where it was like, okay, so I started at 25%. At the time, I did not know any better. I hadn't looked into any other company. I went with one of my friends who invited me to this meeting to learn about it. And I got excited. I'm a 19-year-old college student. Like, I can sit down with somebody and make $250 an hour. Awesome. Let's do it. Sign me up. I can sit down with someone and they're like 3 to 4 hours of work, $200 an hour, which is good at 25%. If you're selling $100 policy a month, that might be about where you should be getting what you get, right? Anyways, very cool, very excited about that. But I didn't do research. I didn't know that there were companies that would start you at 50%, 70%, all of that. Well, back then, I'm now 36. When I was 19, I don't think it was quite the company norm like it is today to start people off at 70%, 50%. So guys, if you are looking for an opportunity in the insurance industry, if you're thinking about it and you have not started with the company yet, you don't know who to work with yet, definitely set up a time for to chat in the description with me so that we can talk about it. I start people off at 70%, brand new. And that's, if you don't already have a company in mind or somebody that you're working with. But if you do and all you want is help to pass the test, I can help you pass this test. Not a big deal, right? So just let me know. What are you looking for? Are you just looking to somebody to help you study, pass this exam? Perfect. Let's do that. And if you're looking for both, then I can help you do that as well. So if you're looking for a company and you're not quite sure about your given company or the people you've talked to and you're shopping around, feel free to shop me. I'm open for business, y'all. So anyways, like I said, drop your questions in the description about it. I will drop the answers down in there, or set up a free 15-minute chat with me and we will talk about the possibility of working together if you're interested in that. So anyways, going back to my story, my company back then, they had a requirement of like, they start you off at 25%, but if you recruit 3 people, we bump you up to 30%. So that's all I needed to do to move up in percentages. So I recruited my 3 people and then 1 left. Okay, so now you got 2 people on your team. We're bumping you back down to 25. At some point, I think I had 7 or 8 people and I was at that 3rd level of commission, which I think at the time was like 40% or maybe 45. I was super excited. And it didn't affect my sales or anything other than, of course, I was getting more. But what I mean is like the quotas were not sales based. They were like recruitment based. And that would put you at that higher level of like, manager, ED, whatever it was. And anyways, once I got to that 4th level, I forget the title of it now. When I got to the 4th level, and then I think I lost 2 or 3 people on my team, of course, they bumped me one down again, and that brought me back down to like a 35% or commission level or whatever. That was the most frustrating thing for me back then. And again, I was super excited with my company. I was super happy. I was 19. I also did not do research or look at or figure out that, hey, there are other companies that are not bumping people down in commission level. So in my company, guys, when you get to a certain level, you're never going to go down below that. So when you get to 70%, or you're going to start at 70%, you will never be below 70%. The first 10,000 you sell, you're going to go up to 75%, and so on. And honestly, guys, hitting those numbers will not take you a long time, does not require a lot of work. And I'm not going to say doesn't require a lot of work, but it's fairly easy to hit once you start doing it and get going and all of that. So anyways, we pay pretty good with my company. Then you also have opportunities for residual. So again, if you're interested in that, feel free to click the link down below, set up a time to chat with me, and I will more than happily help you get started in the insurance industry. But like I said, guys, if you're interested in that, great. And if you're just looking for an opportunity, if you're just looking for a way to study, something to study with, somebody to study with, I am your girl. My class website is theinsuranceexamcourse.com. Check it out. I help people with the insurance exam. I don't care what company you're working with. If you already have a company and you're set, awesome. Then I'm just going to help you pass the test. We can do some one-on-one tutorings, or you can join one of my course options. So in my course options, let me show y'all what you get. This is what you get. And again, I think it's backwards, but this is essentially it, guys. For 60 days, you will have access to your own platform, your own password, all of that. There are videos in there that you can watch and rewatch where I break down and explain all of the little details for the exam. This says Saturday Zoom classes, but now it's a Saturday and a Wednesday, so you get 2 weekly Zoom classes. Saturday mornings, it's 9 a.m. to 12 Central. Wednesday evenings, it is 6 p.m. to 7:30. So 2 weekly Zoom classes. And yes, it is with me. We're going to jump on. We're going to talk about it. We're going to answer questions, go through questions, break them down, dissect them. I do have PDFs and other resources linked below, guys. I have other videos where I go through them. So if you're interested to see how I break down the questions, how easy it is to understand them when I talk about them, when I teach them to you, go and look for my videos. I will put it down in the description. And if I can, I'm not sure how it'll work here on YouTube at the moment, but if I can, at the end of the video, I will go ahead and link it so you can go watch my questions and answer breakdowns for the insurance exam. So anyways, I have that right there, guys. And then, of course, testing and study strategies. That is the most important thing. You want to know how to really study. You want to know, number one, what type of learner are you? And that is one thing I help you learn and figure out. And we're going to figure that out based on how would you learn back when you were in high school, back when you were in school? What was the easiest thing for you to do? So we figure that out for you. And then I'm going to give you the actual study strategy, study tips to actually learn, memorize, internalize the information, and not memorize. I need you to learn this because the way that you read a question when you're practicing the test is not how you're going to read the question on the test. These people who make the exams are smart, they're crafty, they're sneaky, and they're going to try to trick you. I'm going to teach you how to see the trick, how to see where that little sneakiness comes in and all of that, and how to get around it and how to really know what is the question really asking me? Why is A the answer? I'm also going to teach you how to dissect the actual answers and the question. Why is B, C, and D not the answer? And like I said, I have a detailed video where I go over a couple of questions from my PDF with all of the answers and questions broken down and all of that. By the way, I'm about to be launching some more PDFs with questions and answers like that. But in the description, you'll be able to find that. And also check my page, go right here, go look for all of that type of information, guys. But that is one thing that I give you. actual study routines, actual study strategies for you to do consistently from now till whenever you test that are going to actually help you learn the information. They're going to actually help you internalize and know the information. I'm not telling you go read a question, memorize the answer. You're not going to pass like that. I promise you. Um, so anyways, and then things to do in the testing center to make it easier for you. Don't do it at home. Some states still allow it, most do not, but don't do it at home regardless. Try to go to a testing center because it's just a safer bet. If you run into computer issues, if you run into any kind of problem or whatever, you'll have a proctor you can actually ask if your computer glitches or breaks or whatever, because I've had students that have had the computer glitch at home. Um, and then they have to shut down, they have to turn it off, they're on the phone, customer service, all of that. And you know how it is when we have to call those 800 numbers. And then for nothing, right? Sorry, you have to cancel. If they can start over again, they will. If not, they have to reschedule, probably pay for another test due to technical issues and stuff. They're not just going to like give it for you for free. So you're going to pay again. So go to a testing center. There's so many things that have gone wrong that I've seen over the years that could go wrong. So just do that. All right. So the next one, sorry, y'all, excuse me. You get PDFs, you get practice questions, you get practice tests, you get the videos, all of that in your own online portal, which again, you have access to for 60 days. Now that is my study class. That is my study option. And if you also want all of this plus a one-on-one course or one-on-one study class, then you would want to do the tutoring option. And where can you find that information? Insuranceexamcourse.com. So go check that out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and jump off of the live, but feel free to follow me. Feel free to drop your questions. Feel free to ask anything that y'all have in the comment section or anything like that. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I am Vienna. I help people pass their insurance exam. This is where to find me, Insurance Exam Course. Make sure y'all follow me. I was about to jump off, but if y'all have any questions, feel free to drop them in there. Okay, I don't even know how to turn this off, y'all. This is crazy. All right.